Okay, so in today's video we're going to be going over how I organise my books and how well you can now organise your KDP books to maximise productivity and ultimately just help you keeping everything organised, because who doesn't love stuff being organised? Now, if you haven't been here before, my name is Rory and I run this channel called Mr. Roza. And before we get into anything, can I just ask you guys to hit that like and subscribe button, as it'd be greatly appreciated and doesn't take you half a second to do. Now, before we get into anything, I'd just like to say I have read your comments about the new studio setup. I've heard some of you guys don't like it as much as the old one. We're just going to be testing out for this last video. If you don't like it again, that's absolutely fine. We'll go back to the old one. But yeah, just messing around with a few things. I hope it doesn't bother you guys too much. Now, in my last video, or maybe it was a few videos back, I can't actually remember now, but I talked about how I use Google Sheets to organise my books. And that's what we're going to be going over today, how you can use Google Sheets. And really, it's very useful because, obviously you've got all your books there. And the thing I love as well about Google Sheets is it's all stored on Google. It's not taking up any storage on your computer. And if something happens, like, I don't know, your computer crashes or you lose all your files on your computer, something like that, you're not going to lose all your keywords and everything that you've used on your book because it's all stored on Google. And unless something crazy happens to Google, which the chances of that happening are very unlikely, you're going to have all your books still stored there. So there's no saving process or anything like that. It's literally just closing down and Google will automatically keep it all saved for you. So yeah, that's just what I love about Google Sheets, and also Google Docs too, which is almost like it's equivalent to Word and Excel. So let's get straight into it. Now, we're going to be using the same niche we talked about in that video, and that is the colouring book for anatomy and physiology, and then colouring book for college students learning anatomy and the human body. So this one here is the title, the top one is the title, and this second one here is the subtitle. Now, let's start off by organising our Google Sheets. So obviously you can do all the normal things like name your Google Sheet just here, just double clicking on that where it says Untitled Spreadsheet. And let's start off, what should we call it? Let's just call it KDP Books. Very simple. That's all we need to put. And then let's get down to the main bit, which is the organisation. Now, you can lay this out however you want. I'm just going to go over how I would lay it out and just keep it all nice and simple. You can add in lots of different features, which I will show you, but this is just going to be how I lay it out. So, obviously, you've got to have a title of your book, and then you've got to have a subtitle of your book. So title, subtitle, and then we're going to have an author of a book. And now, author, it's not one that you want to prioritise as having a main one there. You don't have to have it there, but obviously if you're having a few different author names and you want to create different brands under different author names, then writing down what author name you use for each book, it could become useful, just keeping it all organised and that sort of thing. So, author. And then the fourth one is description. So the main three I'd say definitely a must to be having is title, subtitle and description. And then we move on to the keyword boxes. So let's start off with the first keyword box, and we're just going to call that keyword 1. And then the next one, keyword 2, and you can guess what we're going to do for the one after that, keyword 3, keyword 4, keyword 5, keyword 6, and keyword 7. So there we have almost like a replica of the 7 keyword boxes. And then we've got a few more boxes, and you don't have to prioritise these ones as much at the end, but you can put one down for price, and yeah, I think we can leave it at that. I don't think I've missed anything out there. Then obviously, if you want to write the categories, that sort of thing, you can also put those down as well. It's completely up to you. Brilliant thing about this spreadsheet is you can organise it however you want. Okay, and I'm going to just show you a cool thing now, and that's customization. You can customize these boxes to colours if you want to colour code it, if you just like colour coding, and we're just going to do that quickly. So I'm going to have a blue background, and then let's make the text white. Adds a nice little touch to it, just like doing that myself. And let's just do that for each box. Just that blue background and a white text. Obviously this isn't a priority with your books, This isn't magically going to create more sales with your books, but it's just something I like to do. Add just a bit of colour to it, make it a bit more interesting. And there we go. Already that is looking so much nicer, and the thing I like about also colour coding it as well, it almost separates it from all the text that we're going to be writing underneath. You don't have to do it like I said, it's just a nice touch that I like to do personally. And now let's get down to the writing. So if we go back to our Google Doc here, we've obviously got the keywords that we researched in that video, that colouring book for anatomy and physiology. And like I said, I wouldn't recommend copying what I do in this video because I haven't done the necessary research for this niche. But I think we did see that that niche was actually a good niche to get into, 1,000 results, and it's got a couple of bestsellers here. So yeah, might look at that in a separate video. But anyway, just as an example for today's video, we're going to be using that niche, and the title we're going to put for our book is Colouring Book for Anatomy and Physiology. So we're going to copy that from that Google Doc and go to the title section and just paste it in. Now ignore where it goes across on to the next line. Don't worry, after we put in each category, we fill in each category, it will remove it and you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's go back to our Google Doc again and let's get the subtitles. So this is the subtitle that we found, Colouring Book for College Students Learning Anatomy and the Human Body. I'm just going to put my desk up a bit. That's a lot better. I can sit back now in my chair. And we're just going to copy that and paste that one in as well. Paste that in, and there we have the second box. Now let's move on to the author, and I haven't thought of an author name, so I'm just going to think of one on the spot, and we're going to put Learning Book Press. I like the look of that. And as you can see, like I said, it removes it from the last section, so you're not having any issues and it's not looking all messed up and jumbled. And then let's move on to the description. Now I haven't got a description written, so I'm just going to quickly write one in Google Docs. So if it's a book about colouring book for anatomy and physiology, let's just write, this colouring book is perfect for any college student, getting in those keywords there as well. That's priority when it comes to all this sort of stuff. For any college student learning about anatomy and physiology and the human body. And then we can talk about what this gift would be perfect for. So then we could write, this is the perfect gift for mum or dad at Christmas, or you could put for a student at Christmas. I like that idea more. This gift is perfect for any student at Christmas or birthday. And that's just a very short description. Obviously, if I was you, I'd then write the size of the book, what's included inside in bullet point sections, but just an example for today's video, we're going to leave the description as that because obviously you don't want to be bored by me just writing a description. So again, following the same process, just copy that, Command C and a Command V under the description section that we've written. Now let's move on to keywords. So once again, I haven't got a list of keywords, so obviously don't copy what I use as the keywords in this video, but this is just a process of how I would then take the keywords that I've written and put them into my Google spreadsheet. And for the first box, let's target who it would be for. So let's start off with student, and then don't put a comma between each one, just put a space, and then college, mum, dad, sister, brother, and we'll use that that's keyword 1, so we'll just remind ourselves with a dash like so. And then let's move on to keyword 2, and then let's go boy, girl, children. I think that's good enough, so then that'll be keyword 2, and then as box 3, let's obviously go over what this book has inside, so human body, anatomy, physiology, box 3, and then learning, school, university, and we'll use that as box 4. Box 5 we can use as gift, colouring, a book, that'll be box 5, and then birthday, Christmas, colour. And now obviously I haven't done all the keyword research that I would 100% recommend. You need to do keyword research, but like I said, it's just an example. And then the last box you could use is like miscellaneous keywords that you may have missed out, and we could just go for, so if we're doing that niche, we can have a look and get some ideas. Workbook, notebook, sketchbook. There we have our 7 boxes. So now we need to go through the same process of just copying them and pasting them into the Google Sheet. So that's the first one, keyword 1. We're going to paste that in there. Then keyword 2, copy that, paste that in there. Keyword 3, copy that, paste that in there. And the last one, number 7, paste. And there we have it. There we've got all our keywords written down like so. And then the price, well, if we're pricing it, let's just say $6.99, we can just put in $6.99 there. And there we have, there's our book. There's our book laid out in a spreadsheet under title, subtitle, author, description, all the keywords and the price. And now here comes the great thing about keeping it all in a spreadsheet like I've done. So say if we're creating a book, another colouring book, it follows the same sort of niche. Well, what we could do is like a shortcut. Well, if there's keywords in that book that we want to use again, well, let's say all the keywords that are in the section keyword 5 we liked, we can copy all of the ones in keyword 5 and then just paste them into the box below. And we can do the same, I like all the keywords that are in keyword 3, copy all of those and paste it in like so. And then obviously, well, the author, if it's the same author, we want to use the same author name. Again, copying it, pasting it in the box below. And then as you're going down, you'll create a list of all your books. And if you want to go back to other books you like keywords that you've used in previous books, well, you can go up, okay, I'm going to scroll up, look for that title for that book. Oh yeah, that was the book that I had those really good keywords in. That book did really, really well. I'm going to take some of those keywords I used in there and use them in that book. And it's really, really good if you are following that same niche and you're creating similar books. It becomes really, really useful just copying them and gaining ideas from previous books. And then you can interpret, well, that keyword worked well, that one didn't work so well. And that's just the way I do it. And then obviously, well, let's go into Amazon. So let's just go to my KDP dashboard as if we're creating a new book. And then obviously we can go back to the Google spreadsheet. So click and then double click on title, copy it, and then paste it under book title. Now obviously I would recommend capitalizing each letter of each word. You don't have to do it for 4 like so, it just makes it look a lot nicer. That's what I talked about in other videos. And then the same for the subtitle, pasting that in and then capitalizing the words. And then, well, you can then just go down and just copy and paste everything, so you're not having to write anything new when it comes into Amazon. You've already got it written down in your spreadsheet and it just becomes all so organised. And I found, I didn't do this at first, I didn't do the spreadsheet thing at first, but when I started doing that, my productivity of creating books, I could have multiple pages open on Amazon, just copying, pasting everything, and I just got everything done so much quicker. And that's what I want to share in today's video, just to help you guys and keep everything organised. And, well, hopefully it will lead to more sales. So, thank you guys very, very much for watching. And actually, just one small thing. What you could do, this is just an idea that's popped into my head now, you could have a last box for the link. So then if you've got your book and then it's uploaded on Amazon, you can then copy that link to your book and just paste it under there. So then, well, if you're wanting to go back to a book, all you've got to do is scroll up your spreadsheet and click on the link to your book. That's just an idea I've had now. Actually, I might start doing that. That's actually a really good idea that I've just thought up now. But like I said, thank you guys very much for watching, and what the hell is happening to my hair? And if you did enjoy, remember hit that like and subscribe button, as it is greatly, greatly appreciated and doesn't take you half a second to do. And if you have any questions for me, make sure you leave them down in the comments below, because I love reading and replying to every single one of your comments. And just a small message, thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving me. It means a lot. So, I hope to see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.